This is a rather worn out seat from a 1986 Pontiac Trans Am. And while it's out of the car, I thought I would answer a question which comes up regularly in forums and on Facebook groups. And that is, should the seat back latch into position, or like this one, should it be able to open simply by pushing it forwards and backwards? Now this comes up usually when somebody's taking a car for an MOT and the MOT inspector fails it because he says it should lock into position and only be opened with the little lever at the back there. Now here you can see I've lifted the back of the seat up, and that sort of simulates the car parked facing down a hill. And what you can see now is if I try to move the seat back forwards, it's locked into position. And the only way I can move it forwards is by using the lever at the back. That unlatches it, allows the seat to fall forwards like that. Pull it back, it's locked into position again. I have to lift the latch to move it forwards again. Now the reason for this is because, like the seat belts, there is a little weight inside there which falls forward when you brake sharply, and that stops the seat backs from falling forward under heavy braking. But it also causes them to lock when you're facing down a hill. So a lot of years ago I decided I would make this seat just operate like every other seat in the world. I would make it so that the seat back always latched in the upright position, and when I wanted to fold it forward I'd have to lift this lever. And I did that for a couple of reasons. Number one, so I don't have to explain every year to the MOT inspector how it's supposed to work. But also, the passenger seat on my car had a little bit of a worn mechanism, and every now and again when I hit the brakes it used to fall forwards, which got a little bit annoying. So far better to, for a simple fix, to have it permanently latched. So let me show you how we do that. Probably easier to do this out the car, although you could do it in. There are 3 screws which I've already taken out here, and there is another screw at the back, and then we can lift off this side panel like so. The seat back, there is a screw up here underneath a little plastic cap, and under here there is another screw. When those are taken out of both sides, the seat back comes away like that. There are then more screws holding this panel in. Once those are out, we can peel that forward. The last thing we need to do is this bolt here. Doesn't need to come all the way out, but we need to unscrew it about halfway to get access underneath this cover. So with that bolt slightly unscrewed, I can just lift this cover up, slide it out the way, and this is the piece that we are interested in right here. Let's see if we can see inside of there. You can see there's a little stopper or roller. If I move the seat back forwards, it locks in position. Sometimes if I tilt the seat a bit further so it falls out of the way, then it's completely out of the way. There we go. You can actually see it moving up out of the way, stopping the seat from latching. I move the seat around a little bit, simulate it pointing down a hill, then it locks in place. So all we need to do is hold that little roller, that little stop, in the down position, and it will lock all the time. Now if we hold that down permanently, the trouble is with that is you're never going to get the seat back to fall forward again. What you need to do is you need to hold it down with a spring. If the spring holds it in the down position, then when you lift the latch up, it will still be able to move the little roller or stopper out of the way. Now the best thing I've found to use it to do this is one of these, just a little hair clip, nice and springy, fits in there a treat. Now all I've done here is I've bent the legs of the hair clip back on themselves, and that needs to be slotted into there. But we have to make sure that the little weight You can see it in there. I don't know if you can see that. We have to make sure it's at the bottom. Once it's at the bottom, you can push the clip through, and that holds that little weight in the locked position. If I bend those legs up a little bit just so it doesn't come out. There we go. The seat back is now locked, but if we need to open it, we just lift the lever and the weight is allowed to move up out of the way and spring straight back down when it's released. So by doing that, your seat will be locked permanently like any other car. You'll have no more trouble with the MOT, and if like mine your seat mechanism was worn, then it should fix that as well. Some people might consider using a hair clip as a spring like that is a bit of a bodge, but to be honest, it's a perfectly good spring, and this clip has been on this seat for about 10 years now and never had any issues with it, and I've got another one just like it on the passenger seat. So I personally don't think there's anything wrong with it at all. Once you're done, all you need to do, put the cover on, tighten the bolt, put all of your screws back in, put the seat back together, refit your side panel, bolt the seat in the car, and away you go. So hopefully you got something out of this video. Even if you don't plan on doing it yourself, at least maybe you understand a little bit better about how the seat mechanism works, how it's supposed to work, and why it works in the way it does.